Hola, incredible greetings, incredible greetings. Okay, so let's go over here and fix some things, fix some things, fix some things. Um, Please hold. Okay, never mind. Whoever it was hung up. All right, so hold on. Why do they keep calling and hanging up? Okay, 1 second, y'all. Because who in the heck keep calling and hanging up? All right, so that was a spam call. All right, so I have an order to create some stickers for a Valentine card, which actually most of these I might be able to, because it's going to be used small, so I may not need to actually turn it into an SVG, but I'll do like maybe one or two just because I just realized I did title it that, but I may not need it because the size that I'm making these, I just may not need to make them an SVG. But I'm going to see once I remove, well, once I, what's what I'm looking for? Trace and detach, I'll see as far as like sizing them and what they look like. And then I will go from there. Okay. But hello, everyone. Oh, well, you know what? I'm sorry. I am missing one thing. Let's go over here. And let's go change the audience over yonder. Let's get it shared out. I miss the days when I can just hit share and then I can click all the groups that I wanted to share to at one time. Now I have to do them one by one by one by one by one by one. And it's no fun. All right, there we go. Okay, let me get into this because I want to be able to get this done. Incredible morning, incredible morning. Thank you for hopping on. Hello. I am about to trace and detach first, and then if need be, do tracing to basically turn these into I say SVGs because that's the term that you guys know as crafters. I'm just going to vectorize them, which means I can change the colors in and out. So that's what I know for sure these I am, because like, what if I wanted, like, they pick the faces for here, and it's probably based off their personalities, but to me they're all the same. But let's say I wanted this face, but I wanted it to be red. I would make that into a vector file so that I can easily just change out the colors. So that's what I'm going to do. This is for some stickers that I'm going to do. Disclaimer, just as I put in, I'm going to actually read it exactly how it is on here. Okay, so disclaimer, this video is for educational purpose only and is intended to teach tracing techniques in Silhouette Studio. If you are using copyrighted images, ensure that you have the legal right to do so. Unauthorized use of copyrighted characters or artwork or images for commercial use it will violate copyright laws. Okay, I highly recommend using using royalty-free, artwork or original artwork when creating SVGs for sale or business use. Always check the terms, no matter which site you are using, especially sites like Creative Fabrica, VectorStock, PNGTree, and things of that nature, okay? Now, I always say, these images belong to whoever the IP holder is. If you decide to use licensed characters for whatever reason, personal or business, that is your responsibility and liability to bear. HS Inc. 365, Shakia the Professor, 365 Creative Academy, Sillaholics Anonymous cannot be held liable for any legal actions that may be taken against you for using what you have learned in this video for your own purposes. All right. So there is the legal disclaimer. Let's get into this. All right. So I'm going to start off by tracing and detaching. Yeah, I can already tell. I'm going to need to because these, I don't know, like, yeah, see, they're not that great. And I did find some online that I probably could have used, but yeah, it was just a whole lot of. So we're just going to first, why do you keep moving every time? All right, we're going to trace and detach. Should you always do a trace and detach when making stickers? Should you always put an offset on them? So no, you do not have to always put an offset. You do not always, well, trace and detach, yes. If it is a PNG or JPEG, meaning a flattened bitmap, rasterized image, yes, you will have to do a trace and detach in order to get the cut lines around it. Even if this was, let's say, a PNG where there was no white, you would still need to do a trace and detach because it will just have the outline. Now, some people choose to use the auto PNG trace, which you can use that as well. I don't feel like it is as accurate as I would like for it to be, but we do go over tracing and all the things that you need to know about tracing in the Essentials of Silhouette Studio program. When we did the original, there's like 3 days of tracing, and I break down every single scenario. When you would use regular trace, when you would use trace outer edge, when you would use trace and detach, and when you would do a combination of them. So if you have not enrolled in Essentials of Silhouette Studio, click the link in the description, head on over there and sign up. I will actually, let me see what, I don't remember what the code is. Hold on. Or I'll probably just set a new code right now. Let's go over here. I will put a new code up because I actually didn't do a new code. So let's go over yonder. And now this code will work on the shop site. I won't be able to like do it as quickly on the, actually, you know what? It's live 30. Is it live 30? Hold on. 30 live. I'm sorry. 30 live, 30 LIVE. That's only, I know that one might be on the Academy site if you go there directly, but for sure on shop.hsinc365.com. And you can scroll down. Well, that link will take you right to that one. And then you can use the code 30 live, 30 LIVE, and you will receive 50% off of that training. It is 30 days and then a 14-week refresher and then a 10-week refresher. You also get access to our exclusive groups where you can get help at any time, ask questions anytime you run across them as you're going through the training. So you're never left to your own vices. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. We're going to delete. And so I just did that so that I can separate them. And then now I can move them and then just trace them individually. So I'm going to come back to that. We're going to come over to this one. I really don't want all of this. I only want this part right here. So I'm going to zoom in, select trace area. And we should be good right there to trace and detach. I don't need the rest of this. Okay, so his toe is a little cut off here, so I'm gonna have to add, hold on, with nothing selected, let's go to black, let's make that a thicker line, and I need to make a line here so that it cuts off and it will properly trace and detach. Hey, just say incredible greetings. Hello. I don't know if I clicked on that. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings. Hey, that's my city girl. Period. Incredible greetings. Ooh, I did not notice that. Okay, wait. Let's go back. Oh, it was something right there too. All right, so let me see. Ooh, there's the break right there. So I do need to go up a little bit on this. Trace and detach. Come on, it's okay. Seriously? Seriously. But that's okay. I will. So because I didn't make sure everywhere was closed off, I have like here and here. But those are no biggies. Those are easy fixes. We're just going to double click on it, go to our edit point and hit delete point. And ooh, wait, too much. So I fixed that one, and then let's come over. Yeah, where'd the other one go? You. Yeah, see, this is actually, I don't even know if this is going to trace properly. I might need to print these out and go over them with a Sharpie because these are actually not that great of like images. They're actually really bad. They look different when they were smaller, but when you zoom in, these are not the greatest, not the greatest. She says the infamous edit points. All right. If I was going to use this as is and not make them into a vector, I would get that middle part out by going back to select trace. We're going to place our box. We just need to do a regular trace of this internal area. So I'm just going to go trace, click on just the trace, fill it in with color, release compound path, hold down shift, click on the inner part, delete everything else, select it all, modify and subtract. Once again, I can probably do all of these at the same time. I know I can. We're just going to go in through here. Trace. Release. Delete. Subtract. 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 And that will be it. All right, these are, oh, yeah. These may not be that bad when I print them out. All right, let's do this. Let's shrink these down to All right, need to see how they're going to come out. All right, so just need to see how they're going to print at that size. Okay, but while that's going, these I know for sure that I do want to turn them into vector files because I want to be able to change out the mask color, like with the different faces. So we're going to do a regular trace on these. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, those definitely don't look too bad when printed out that small. So for the ones that are in action poses, other than the one whose foot I need to fix, unless I put him at like right above text, I'm not going to worry about that part. Just like I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to I'm going to use those as is. I'm not going to vectorize those, but these, I want some of them. I think I want to change the mask color. So I am going to adjust these a little bit. You don't have to go this detail. A lot of people just trace and they just use it. Whatever the trace gives them is what they use. Not I, said the cat. I just can't. So I'm normally adjusting based off of like just what I see, how I really want it to look. This is all personal preference on whether or not you go through these extra steps for your images, no matter what they are. Okay, I don't want to do that with edit points. So we're going to recreate the eye all together. Seriously? All right. Actually, no. Let's do that after I change all of the other colors. All right, this set is done. Again, you do not have to do these changes. This is a personal preference for me. I am not one that's like kind of get it traced, get it done, try to rush through things. I like things a certain way. So for me, I don't mind kind of going through these steps to like refine certain areas, make certain areas sharper, um, fixing corners for certain areas. But as a beginner, do you have to technically do all of this to get started? You do not. You can just get comfortable with tracing and, just trace it. I wish I was closer. My daughter would be all over this. Maybe I need to move. Or you can just take the class. I promise you. I'm like completely detailed. I'm probably a little too detailed. You guys know from my live videos. So just imagine how my classes are. And most questions are answered like in the classes, but you also have access to the creative lounge, not the creative lounge, the student union, to be able to ask questions if you need them. So I mean, because even if you were closer, it doesn't mean that, I don't really have a lot of like in-person type classes. So it would still be basically online. All right. Next. If you are just joining and wondering why there's silence, it's because no one's asking a question. This is technically not really a class or tutorial. It's kind of a watch me work. But if you have questions along the way, I have no problem answering any of those questions. Other than that, like I'm concentrating on this because I have to have this done like today for some stickers that are technically for personal use. Oh, wait, I forgot I turned everything to corner anyway. So we should be good when I go in here. Although technically, you know, even for personal use, it's, you know, it's a touchy subject. But what I want to use these for, I can't find them in store. So I'm going to use my mommy skills, my mommy craft skills and designer skills. And I do not sell, like when you guys see me doing like things like this, no, I do not sell the files because baby, I like my business and I will not be sued for selling you guys these files. You can watch and you can learn to do it. If you're like, well, I can't figure it out, you got to find somebody that is willing to do it. You can contact them, you know, privately. Someone that you know, does this stuff, contact them privately and see if they're able to accommodate you, but you will never see these on my website or as a file. Yeah, like a file that I'm selling on my website. Mommy crafts are the best. Exactly. This is when I get to become and be a actual crafter. Ooh, the bottom of his chin was all jacked up and I didn't even notice that. Hi, Professor. Yesterday I traced design with the font. I didn't realize that some one letter in the font didn't cut. How can I avoid this in the future? Okay. So it didn't. All right. You said you traced the design. It's a font. And if it didn't cut on like your machine, it can be a number of factors. So I'm guessing that's what you mean. Like it was on the screen and for some reason, like that one area didn't cut. This is where you want to post it in the group. Like you guys, we have a group that is open. You have to, of course, request to join. But once you're in there, even in the free groups, post pictures of what's happening so that I can direct you on, okay, this happened because of this, because that can be a number of reasons. It might be that you had it off of, like, your design page was set up and technically it was off. A lot of people turn the transparency down on their design page and they don't realize that their design is actually off of the actual design page. It can't just be on the mat. Like you have to have the design page part set up. You can't just see the mat. So I might get cut off from that. It may have been something on your mat. It could have been like, but if it was something where you traced it and it was all like in a bunch of different pieces, maybe you didn't have that set to cut. There can be a number of reasons why this may have happened. So I would need to see a picture of how it looks on your screen, how you probably can't show like how it how you load it on the mat, but maybe like with the print where it didn't cut, if you still have that, take a picture of it and just point to where the issue was, and then let me see your cut settings. Yeah, that's not I can just kind of answer that blanketly because it can be a number of issues or a number of reasons, not issues. Oh, wait. Why does eyeball look weird? Don't know how that moved, but okay. Oh, I know what it was. I got to fix the chin. Because, baby, this chin is off. That looks mighty thick. Yes, please. Things like that, I can't really just answer, and provide an answer because I don't know where the actual issue may be. I definitely need to see the image after you traced it and how you have it set up on your design page. Okay, this is all kind of weird. Much better. Much better. Welcome in to everyone who has joined the live. I am Shakira, the professor of HS Inc. 365 and Silhouettes Anonymous. I have been using Silhouette Studio for 11 years now, and teaching it for about 10. So I am basically just going through, doing some traces of these images. And and this all everything that I'm doing here can be done in the free version of Silhouette Studio. You do not need any of the upgrades now. And technically, you don't really need the upgrades if you want to save it as an SVG. There is a third-party website that you could go to save Silhouette files as an SVG. But it is a little bit easier if you do have Business Edition to save as an SVG right within Silhouette Studio. Please read the disclaimer at the bottom of this video that this video is for educational purposes only. I'm just showing the feature of trace and detach, modify tools, just basically how to utilize Silhouette Studio, especially if you cannot find an image in the format that you want it in. There are options. Just because you have options and your systems allow you to, modify things, these licensed characters are still the IP of whoever owns the copyright and trademark for all of them. Create, recreate, or try these techniques at your own risk. We cannot be held liable. With that disclaimer out of the way, I have no problem answering any questions that you guys may have in regards to utilizing Silhouette Studio. Feel free to post your questions, because if not, it's just going to be like dead air. I can multitask, look at your question, answer it, and I can do, my work. But my main priority right now is completing the work that I need to do, which is tracing these out. So if you have no questions, you can't play music or anything like that. You're just going to listen to the sound of my keyboard clicking or my mouse clicking, if you can actually hear that. But I think it'd be more beneficial for you to get actual information. This is not a class, so I'm not breaking down everything that I'm doing. I did it in the beginning. I just kind of explained like the quality on certain things. But if you have a certain question about, oh, come on, anything that I'm doing, I could have sworn I turned all of these to corner. You can ask and I will answer it. But like I said, my main priority is just being on here, showing the process, just showing that it is possible. And, once you figure it out, whether you choose to learn via one of our classes, one of our free YouTube videos, if you want to watch this back and try and follow along and look at what I'm doing and take notes, hey, that works as well. You do not have to do this much editing, especially as a beginner. This is my personal preference. I'm a stickler for how things come out and how they look. So for me, I do not mind taking the extra steps and the extra time to make refinements like I'm doing here. But I don't want you to be intimidated and feel like, oh, wow, in order to trace, I have to learn edit points and do all of this stuff. That seems like it's very complicated. It seems like it's going to take a long time. You do not have to do all of these edits. But for me and mine, I'm going to do the edits. When working with edit points, it is best to have a mouse. Having just the trackpad on your laptop makes this a whole lot harder. So I do recommend, like, especially with my students, when they come into the class, I'm like, if you don't have a mouse, you were not using a mouse, and you were just using the trackpad on your laptop, get a mouse. And I just have to fix the eyes. I forgot to fix this part, so now I got this stupid opening. Oh, wait, this was supposed to be cut out as well. And then everything else is red. Okay? What the heck? All right. All of the faces are done, and I have versions of each of them, but with all of the colors, so I can decide which face I want to use for which turtle. And I am grouping them together. I'm not making them a compound path or welding. With all these colors, you just have to group them. All right, so we're going to put that off to the side. All right. Now, do I technically need to do this? No, but I'm going to do one of them just to show you guys how to do a more complex or like a bigger one that's not just the face and you have the whole body. But actually, you know what? I should probably do the one that I have to fix the toe on. That will probably be a better one to do. So I'll probably do that one. But then if I do that one, I have to do the rest of them. No, I'm just going to do that one for demonstration purposes. I think when I make the card, I will just put him towards the bottom somewhere where his foot that's cut off won't be a factor. If you have questions, now is the time to ask. Once I get done with this, there's nothing more to really see because it's just much of the same. I'd rather you guys go, either work on it. I don't want to just here just to see me go through the process. I'm going to be on, in Select Studio, finishing them and working on them, but I won't be live. So if you have questions, now would be the time to ask. Seriously? Oh, wait. Seriously, Shakia? You got rid of the middle section, but that's okay. That's okay. Actually, no. Let's do a rectangle. That's a little bit too thick. Alrighty, so that one is, I'll probably retype that out because that looks thick. All right, so I'll do this one. And then that will be the end of this live. Okay, so I'm going to have to do the shell separate. Probably, I may have to do the belt separate as well in order to grab the mask. All right, so the belt and the shell, I'm going to have to do separate. Watching you make corrections just shows how detailed you are. And it's the reason why I love watching, because it makes me check over my work to look for imperfections. Oh, thank you. Now this part I'm going to have to cut off, but for now, let's put these together. And then this section, we're going to cut off. This is relaxing to me to watch you work. Okay. I guess. I don't know, I guess maybe when you don't see it that much, it can be. I don't know if I would be able to sit and watch for an extended period of time without like hearing anything. See, like this part is way too thin. So I need to separate the two. Also yesterday I had another problem when I was trying to erase part of a design with eraser. The whole design would go blank until I released the mouse. So I had to, now, unless it like, if it's like something, it depends on what it is. I don't really use the eraser tool a lot. I'm going to, if I'm being honest, I will, and like, if it's something that's vector, I'm going to use edit points. As far as like removing significant parts of a design, I'm gonna probably try and trace and detach first to get rid of it. That, like, it just depends on what it is. If it's something where it's like a whole background trying to remove like one little part, it can be kind of tricky with that. You also have to think about your memory, like your graphics card and how much memory you have, because if it's trying to process how to delete that, it can make it kind of go blank. Sometimes it's just a matter of like zooming out or zooming in, things of that nature. But I'm very, very mindful of when I'm using the eraser tool in Silhouette Studio. It's not the greatest like function or feature of Silhouette Studio. That's another one of those, it would be best if I could see it type deals. Because you may have been just trying to erase something that was a little too complex, but I won't know that. Every file is different. See, like this, I actually have too much going on. This is starting to get a little bit choppy. It might be best for me to do this in a separate window because it is getting a little bit choppy with the amount of graphics that are on here and all of the edit points that are on here. So we have to remember that Silhouette Studio is a starter program. It can do a lot, but it also, you know, it can be very temperamental as well. It's not a robust software. It's not really meant to handle a lot of heavy graphics and like too many things on the page. One second, y'all. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this one is so weird. Like it gave me a lot of sharp corners where there shouldn't be sharp corners. Incredible afternoon. It is afternoon now. All right. Okay, so I'm going to make a duplicate of this so that I don't bore you guys. So I'm going to go through and actually make some more changes on that. But in the meantime, in between time, let me see. Let's send. Okay, so I don't need this. And I like this one better than what is here. So let's delete this part because that L came out better. Ooh, this right here. Oh, it actually. Okay, so that part is separated. So I didn't need that. Okay, I needed this part. We need to fix right here. And let's see where else. Right here is a little jagged. Okay. Alrighty, let's see here. Okay, those are all the major areas. So, oh, wait, nope, I see his eyeball I need to fix. Actually, all of his eye I need to fix. What do you think about, I would not recommend it. The Epson 7310, I would not recommend it. Especially if you're considering it for sublimation, because it is harder to find compatible chips. There is no auto reset option for that. I actually have a full video breaking that down. I talk about printers quite often. I talk about that printer quite often, and the fact that you have to have chips. They are not resettable chips, so it's not like the old Workforce 77 series or 76 series. It's hit or miss when using the third-party cartridges. Come on. So you take a very big risk. Now, if you're going to use it as a standard printer, that ink can get kind of pricey. I find that on mine, the ink doesn't last as long with that particular printer as it did with my 7720. Even with having XL cartridges, it tends to run out a whole lot faster. So just be mindful of that. Using it as a standard printer, the black ink will smear and run on both matte and glossy. Yeah, that's not one of my favorite printers. I'm hoping that Epson comes out with a new printer soon, because the 78 series and the 73 series were not it. Those were some of the worst printers they produced ever. And I just hope that they fix their ink, because that black ink, ridiculous. Now, some people will say they absolutely love it. And, with their experience. For me and the experience that I have with working with, did not notice this right here. The experience that I have with working with printers, I personally would never recommend it. Let's look for any more breaks, because I didn't even know that break was there. Any other breaks? Yep, right here at the eyeball. And these are not techniques just for images like this. You can use this for any of your PNGs, JPEGs that you may have. So you may have like a flower or I don't know, whatever it is. It might be a cupcake, and it's all you have is the JPEG or PNG version of it. You can go through these same steps to convert that PNG or JPEG into a vector file, or as you guys will call it or know it as, is an SVG. There's different formats for vector. SVG is like the simplest form of a vector file and what most crafters use, but there are other versions of or file types that are basically vectors. Ooh, crap, this part wasn't cut off. I'm doing them in sections just to make sure I have everything. I mean, if you wanted to, you could technically like select all of the parts of the body and do it that way, but I'm going through it this way just to make sure I have all of the, like, I just have the right thing selected. Oh, that's why that wasn't included. That was actually his chest. Oh, whoa, wrong thing. Whoa, wrong thing. Okay. And then oh, I don't have any of the details from the belt. Okay, so I got to go back and get the details for the belt. See, I missed a piece of his body. All right, I think that is everything. Oh, no, see, I'm missing some details. So we're going to click here, send those to the back, send it to the back. So yeah, see, I'm missing a lot. I'm like, wait, where's all the details? There we go. All right, where else am I missing details at? I think that's it. Don't know what happened to the detailing right here though. All right, so we will select all of the detailed areas, the skin associated, well, the whatever you want to call that, associated with those areas. And then deselect the back. I'm going to temporarily change the color, make sure that I have everything that I need. I don't. See, I have this little piece right here. So we're going to click on that. I'm also missing the piece right here. So we're going to click on that and make it a compound path. Okay, make sure there are no other little stragglies. There is not. All right. So that is doing a larger item with multiple pieces. All right. Last call. Last call. Any questions in regards to using Silhouette Studio, the trace feature? I'm going to finish up my card designs with what I have created already and go from there. Last call. Ooh. All right. This will end up being 3.5 by 2. Oh, wait, shoot. Where's my ruler? All right. Yeah, I think those might be too small though. I may have to go. Let me see. Was this the same size? 3.7 by. So that's the same. It's just a bigger height. Um. Hmm. All right. I can technically squeeze an extra one if I do it sideways. I don't know. Let's see. Great live. I like seeing stuff like this because you're learning things you didn't know, watching while working. So I enjoy watching the replay. So I'll enjoy watching the replay. All right. Awesome. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. If you are somebody that is wanting to learn how to use and master Silhouette Studio, I can promise you there is no amount of YouTube's, not even my own YouTube videos, that will break down Silhouette Studio like this class right here. The code is 30 live. 30 live. We do have Sezzle on this site. If you would prefer to use Klarna or Afterpay, you would have to go right to our 365 Creative Academy website to be able to. You can still use the code. That 30 live does work over there as well. But you have the option of Afterpay, Klarna, and Affirm over on the Academy site if you want to break it up, because by the time you take that off, it's, what is it, 250, so you look like 125, whatever it is on there. Once you take off 50%, so either website works. This is where the class, like where all your class material will be on this site. This is our Academy site. But it 30 days going through each and every single tool and like essential tool and function. And then we had a 14-week refresher, a 10-week refresher, and we will have a study hall session next week. Anybody that has taken this class from 2022 up until 2025, everybody is invited to come to that live session, because maybe there's some things you just forgot about. You want to be able to ask me questions in real time. You want to be able to share your screen, things of that nature. Everybody just check your dashboard for that Zoom date. It will be next week. All right. Officially. Peace.